Everyone, today our topic is carrier sense multiple access. Okay, CSMA, carrier sense multiple access. In this, Mac uses this CSMA technique. This is one of the famous technique which is used under Mac. So what happens in carrier sense multiple access means before sending the data, before any type of transmission from mobile station, then CSMA technique is applied through Mac. So whenever mobile station want to transmit the data over a medium, this Mac by using CSMA senses the medium first. In earlier days, this sensing of medium is done through wide coaxial cable or fiber optic cable, because those days wireless network is not introduced, so that is why over wide network only this carrier sense multiple access is introduced. So here sender always senses the medium to see whether the medium is free or busy. So before transmitting the medium, always it is important to check whether the medium is free or busy. If the medium is busy, then sender have to wait until it becomes free. Because if it is busy and then still if mobile station want to transmit the data, though the medium is busy, then definitely collision takes place. So that is the reason sender have to wait until the medium becomes free. Now sender will start transmitting the data and continues to listen into the medium only if medium is free. So every time before transmitting the data from the sender, Mac by using the CSMA technique senses the medium to check whether the medium is free or busy. If it is busy, then sender waits until it becomes free. If it becomes free, then sender will start transmitting the data. And even after transmitting the data, sender will listen into the medium continuously to check whether any collision takes place or not. If sender detects a collision while sending, then at once it stops transmitting the data and sends a jamming signal. This is the thing seen in CSMA. This is the technique used widely in wireless networks also. Basically, it was used in wide network, but now the same technique has introduced into wireless networks also, because this sensing of the medium before transmitting the data plays a major role in avoiding the collision in the middle of the transmission. But it is not that perfect. Sometimes due to some problems, this CSMA technique will also face collisions. The CSMA technique also fails. This where the CSMA carrier sense multiple access is failed, that we have discussed when we are talking about MAC, medium access control. In motivation for a specialized MAC, there we have seen two types of problems: hidden and exposed, near and far terminals. In these two cases, we have seen why CSMA technique has failed and how it is failed. Okay, but there is an improvement to this basic Aloha, where sensing the carrier before accessing the medium is seen. This sensing the carrier and accessing the medium only if the carrier is idle decreases the probability of collision. That is why CSMA technique is also introduced in wireless networks, as it decreases the probability of a collision. But as already mentioned in the introduction part of math, hidden terminals cannot be detected here, and near terminals will drown the far terminals in near and far terminals. At the same time as another sender, a collision might occur at the receiver. These are the problems we have discussed under motivation for a specialized MAC. But this basic scheme is still used in most of the wireless LANs. So as it is used in most of the wireless LANs, we have to know about carrier sense multiple access. What is it? How many types are there? How it works? Everything now we will see. So that is why, even though it is introduced in math, but still a separate topic as introduced here. Now we will see versions of CSMA. We have mainly three versions in CSMA. The first one is one persistent CSMA. Okay, in one persistent CSMA, all the stations which are wishing to transmit the data will access the medium at same time when medium becomes idle. Means first it will sense the medium. Whenever they find, means all stations, whenever all stations finds that medium become idle, then at that same time whatever the stations wishing to transmit the data will access the medium at a time. So this will cause many collisions if stations wish to send and block each other. Okay, so as they are as all the stations are accessing the medium, soon after medium becomes idle, then there is a problem of blocking each and other. Okay, each other. When all stations want to access the medium at the same time, then definitely it will block the medium. No station will enter into the medium as there is a heavy traffic. So to create some fairness for these stations waiting for a longer time, few backup algorithms have introduced which are very sensitive to waiting time, and it is done in standard Ethernet. This is about one persistent CSMA. So what happens in one persistent CSMA? All the stations which are wishing to transmit the data will access the medium when medium becomes idle at the same time. So that is why it is called as one persistent CSMA. The host transmits with the probability of 1 whenever it finds the idle channel, idle medium. Okay. Coming to the second version of CSMA, that is non-persistent CSMA. In non-persistent CSMA, stations will sense the carrier and start sending immediately if the medium is idle. This is also same like one persistent CSMA. But the difference between one persistent CSMA and non-persistent CSMA is the station will sense the carrier first. If it is busy, then it gives the random pause some amount of time before sensing the medium and again repeats the same pattern. Means it gives some pause between one one between one starting of the sensing, and after some time again it will sense the medium. Means continuously, like in one persistent CSMA, continuously stations will not sense the medium. Here in non-persistent CSMA, after sensing the medium, if it finds if the medium is busy, then it stops sensing the medium. It stops the sensing of the medium for some time, and after some time again it will sense the medium, and this process is repeated continuously until it finds idle channel. Whereas in one persistent CSMA, all the stations will sense the medium continuously. That is not seen in non-persistent CSMA. It will take some random pause, some amount of time for the second sensing of the medium. And third version of CSMA is P persistent CSMA. So in P persistent CSMA, all the system's nodes also will sense the medium, but it will transmit the data only with the probability of P. That is also with the station differing to the next slot with the probability of 1 minus P. Okay, here nodes, all the nodes of the medium also sense the medium, but transmits with a probability of P differing the next slot with the probability of 1 minus C. Means here access is slotted. Directly access itself is slotted here. That is the advantage in P persistent CSMA. Okay, so in one persistent CSMA, there it raises a collision because all station will try to transmit the data at the same time when channel becomes idle and continuously senses the medium without any pause or gap. Whereas in non-persistent CSMA, it will sense the medium. If it is busy, then stops the sensing medium for some time and again starts sensing the medium. Continuously, it will not sense the medium like in one persistent CSMA. In last version of CSMA, that is P persistent CSMA, all the nodes of the system also sense the medium, but will transmit the data only with the probability of P differing to the next slot with the probability of 1 minus P, where access itself is slotted. These are the three different versions of CSMA introduced by MAC, which are very helpful in avoiding collision over the medium. These are the algorithms of all the versions of CSMA. This is the flow chart. In the first flow chart, if you see one persistent CSMA, when channel is idle, then packet starts transmitting over the medium. But when it becomes busy, then it will not transmit the data but waits until the next slot. If it is free, then it will transmit the data. And at the same time, if another packet is transmitting the data, then collision occurs. If collision is occurred, again random delay is there. So again it goes back to the medium and senses the medium, checks whether the medium is free or busy. If collision is not detected while transmitting the data over the medium, then packet is transmitted smoothly without any problem. After transmitting the packet, again channel becomes idle. This is the flowchart for one persistent CSMA. If you look at the another flowchart, that is about P persistent CSMA. In P persistent CSMA, there also all the stations will check the medium whether it is free or busy. If the channel is idle, then packet transmission is started. If channel, then packet is transmitted directly. If channel is busy, then it will wait for the next slot. If channel is not busy, it will transmit the data. If channel is busy, then it will give the some random pause, and then it will check the probability if x less than p or not. If it is x less than p, then it will transmit the data. If it is not x less than p, then it will wait until the next slot. Again it will check whether the channel is busy or idle. If it is busy, then random delay. If it is not busy, then it will transmit the data, again checking with the probability. Okay. If x less than p is true, then transmits the data. Even after transmitting the data, if collision takes place, then again it will give some random delay. After random delay, again it will check the probability. If no collision is occurred, then data is transmitted, and now channel again becomes idle, giving the opportunity to next remaining channels. Okay. So this is how CSMA technique works. So this is called as one of the improvement to the basic Aloha schemes, because all the Aloha schemes, all the fixed pattern schemes will use this sensing of the medium technique, that is carrier sense multiple access. In this carrier sense multiple access only, one more method is introduced, that is collision detection. Okay, this collision detection is performed when collision takes place in the middle. So till now we have discussed about the all versions of CSMA. In all the versions of CSMA, we have talked about collisions. So if collision is detected, then sensing the medium is stops and waits for some time. Means collision is detected in the medium. So who detected this collision means CD technique. Collision detection is the technique which identifies the collision over the medium. This information of collision over the medium is given to mobile stations. That is how mobile stations will knows about the collision over the medium. So under this MAC only, carrier sense multiple access and collision detection technique are used to sense the medium, and in the middle, in the transmission, if collision occurs, CD is responsible to identify the collision and to pass the information to the mobile stations that collision has detected. So soon after detecting the collision by using the technique collision detection CD, mobile station will stop the transmission of data while sending. If collision is detected by using the collision detection technique, then that information is passed to the sender, and sender stops sending the data at once and sends a jamming signal which will give the information about collision or packet lost. Okay. So as this scheme is worked well in wide network through coaxial cable or fiber optic cable, this technique is also introduced in wireless networks. Yes, there are some disadvantages using this carrier sense multiple access and also collision detection technique, that in hidden and exposed terminals and in near and far terminals, it will not identify the situation. So that time what happens? CSMA and also CD fails. But all the Aloha techniques CSMA, because it gives an improvement to all Aloha schemes under TDMA, time division multiple access. Okay, so that is why carrier sense multiple access and also collision detection technique is widely used over wireless networks in fixed patterns in all the Aloha techniques and also in fixed patterns. This scheme of carrier sense multiple access and collision detection is still used in almost all wireless LANs. There are different versions of CSMA, so mobile stations can now choose their desired version from this CSMA, and they can transmit the data with low probability of collision by choosing the different versions provided in CSMA. So we have two flowcharts here, one persistent CSMA and P persistent CSMA. For these two flowcharts have given. For non-persistent CSMA, you have to draw the flowchart. This is the assignment given to you. For non-persistent CSMA, you need to draw the flowchart. Okay. This is about carrier sense multiple access, different versions of CSMA, and about flowcharts of CSMA, different versions of CSMA, and also collision detection. Okay, this is all about CSMA techniques. Thank you.